Hello everyone and welcome back to week 20 of me making my own animated film. It feels good to be back. I hope you guys have had a wonderful Easter. I surely have, because I got to go on vacation for the first time since before the pandemic, and it's been wonderful. We've been saving up some money and I got to go and see my favorite band for the first time in like 10 years or something. So we went down to Berlin in Germany and we had 2-day tickets to go see them twice in a row and it was amazing. And man, Berlin, I've been there once before a long time ago, but I was there really quickly and I didn't really have time to explore, but I did notice that it was really nice, so I really wanted to go back there. So when it turned out my favorite band was coming to Europe to perform and they had a tour date in Berlin, I'm like, yep, going to Berlin. And if you're curious to know, my favorite band ever is called Dir Grey. If you like metal music or just like really crazy Japanese metal music, you might like them. So yeah, we went there, saw them twice, had a lot of good food. Man, I want to go back to Berlin already. Okay, I've been blabbering on about this for too long now. Today we're going to be talking about how to create a story without any dialogue. I haven't really talked a lot about this yet because we haven't really gotten to the audio part of my film yet, but I think I answered a question about it before. Yes, I will not have any dialogue in my film. I already decided this from the beginning. Since I'm making this all on my own, I didn't want to make life harder for me, so I was like, no dialogue. Maybe next time. So I will purely have music going on and then, you know, letting the animation speak for itself, pretty much. My partner will be creating the music as soon as I'm done with all the rough animations. And talking about rough animations, I only have one shot left. How about that? So hopefully I will be done with the rough animations this week. And I'll have a great big update for you guys next week. But getting back to the task at hand. So first of all, y'all know I'm a beginner. So all of what I'm going to be talking about today is purely from my own experience, so let's go. First off, very important, whether you have dialogue or not actually, we want to make sure that our viewers know where we are and like what environment this is taking place. So I would make sure to include an establishing shot, like a wide shot, which shows a lot of the environment, maybe even with the characters in it, to just make sure everyone's on the same page. You could also include a bunch of B-roll, like close-ups of just like really nice looking parts of the environment and stuff like that, to get a good feel going. Or a spooky feel, whatever you want. And some things I think needs to be really clear to the audience. So some information and, for example, the characters and stuff needs to be shown clearly. Maybe you even need to show some text of some sort, either if you just put it up on the screen or include it in the environment could be a good thing to do as well. By doing this, we could easily give some backstory or some more information to the audience and to let them know what's actually important in the story. And hopefully people won't be confused later on. And since we don't have any dialogue to express our emotions with, facial expressions, why is it so hard to say? Facial expressions are very important. So making sure your audience can clearly see the character's facial expressions can really help out when it comes to storytelling. So for example, if someone's shocked or happy or any, you know, extreme reaction, you could do a really close-up of the eye, like an extreme close-up, or you could do just like a close-up of the face. And it really does help the audience understand what's going on and how the character's feeling. And something I've been playing around with as well, which is kind of fun, is doing the extreme close-up of the reaction first to create curiosity for what comes next. So I actually show the reaction before I show what they're reacting to, which has been kind of like a fun thing to do, and I hope it packs a punch in the end. And another thing that I feel like a lot of people are afraid of, including me, and I've sort of had to learn this, is to not be afraid of the quiet, the stillness, the nothing. In the beginning, I felt like, you know, things must be happening. There must be animation going on at all times. But, you know, when I've been looking at my favorite shows and stuff, there's a lot of pauses and a lot of just like still shots of characters just not being animated at all. So, for example, if we just had a shot of something really extreme happening, like someone got really scared or shocked, after that, now, I just put a really still shot, like barely anything happening, maybe the character's just standing there. I actually have one of those scenes in my film, and I really feel like it puts an emphasis on just how shocked and scared the character is. And just pause for a second, and then you go on into what that would, you know, what would happen after. One thing that I've been playing around with a lot with my film is symbolism. And this is just something that I love when filmmakers put into their movies. Either you have that really clear symbolism of, you know, this is the lesson that we learned at the end of the movie, or just those super secret hidden little things that filmmakers put in their movies and you just go, ah, I saw that, like I see what you're doing. It's so exciting when you find stuff like that. Yeah, I am one of those annoying people who go like, oh, did you see that? They did this and that symbolizes this. I'm really sorry. I mean, I wouldn't do it like in the theater, but I think my partner has to endure that a lot. But luckily, he's a huge nerd as well, so he seems to enjoy it. So I find putting stuff like that into your film can be a really good idea. It could take, you know, a little bit longer to figure that stuff out. It's taking me a while to figure out all the different little things for my film, but it's well worth your time to sit down and figure that stuff out, because I think it adds so much to your film. And what's so fun and exciting about it is that symbolism can be literally anything. It could be a camera angle, it could be a color, an animal, anything really. If you can make it happen, you can make it symbolic pretty much. If you're interested in this stuff, I would encourage you to go watch the film Parasite, which is a great film, by the way. But after you've watched it, go and check out the people on YouTube analyzing the hell out of that film, because there's so much exciting things in there. Whew, really gets me going. So to just give you a short, quick example of how you could use symbolism, let's say we have a couple and their relationship is just falling apart. You don't necessarily need to show them fighting and screaming and, you know, punching each other. You could, for example, you could just show that one person gave the other one a plant, like a house plant, and then you could do sort of like, sort of like a time lapse, I guess, of this plant just withering away slowly, and everyone knows what's going on, you know, the relationship is doomed. So that sort of stuff really helps with storytelling, and it's also visually very interesting to look at. There is obviously many other ways to make a story work without dialogue, but I'm trying not to make this video too long. These are the things that I've thought about for this one, and I'm learning new things every day. Yet another reminder that I am not a professional. I'm just someone who wants to make a film and someone who wants to share everything I've learned so far. So thank you so much for watching. It's good to be back. If you want to support what I do, you can find me on Ko-fi. Everyone who donates get to have their name in the credits of my film when it's done. And if you want to see more updates from me, I upload on social media from time to time. All the links are down below. I hope you guys will have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next week. Hell yeah, let's do this. Big update. Bye-bye.